Fine.
Welcome.
Well,
Welcome.
welcome.
Housewives of True Crime.
That's right.
Thanks for listening, guys. You know that we just passed our 2-year anniversary. Did you know that, Gretchen?
Oh my God, happy anniversary.
Yeah, so I brought my favorite drink to the table.
You did?
I did.
Coffee.
Well,
Starbucks.
Yeah, it's been a day. I'll just tell you that.
I'm drinking coffee too. We are like ESPN simpatico. I just had my second COVID vaccine and I feel like hammer dog shit. But I still wanted to partake in a cocktail, but in order to keep my mojo up for the podcast, I'm drinking tequila and coffee.
Wow.
With a little splurging on a little creamer.
That's called a Mexican coffee, isn't it? That's what they call that drink.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's effing delicious. I'm actually having it over ice, still with the Sonic ice. Iced coffee.
Awesome.
Claire,
where did you get the Sonic
ice?
Ice?
To someone. I brought it back from Colorado.
Oh my God, you still have it? You are crazy.
Yeah, I still do.
You are so nuts.
What do you give someone for? Is it the gift of paper? I mean, what do you give your true crime podcast partner? I feel like it should be like handcuffs, or like there's got to be some Emily Post thing, what we should have exchanged.
Oh, I'll think about it since you're coming this week to see me.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're meeting up in the Dallas.
That's pretty much it. Take it away.
And if you want to see us, hit us up on any of our social media platforms or email us at housewivesoftruecrime@gmail.com. And we will give you the place that we're going to meet up. And it's on Saturday, the 1st. Yeah, so we are very excited. So I hope to see you on Saturday. And I'm more excited to see you too, Gretchen, face to face instead of face to face like this,
like
what
this.
I'm saying.
I'm gonna get all up in your business. I'm dying to hear your story.
Okay?
Something happened.
I know. Okay, so you guys, no judgment, please. I know this is a little bit bougie, so no judgment.
Shit.
All right. But I have an overwhelming amount of laundry. And so I have somebody help me with it. And I put it outside, like a dry cleaner, they come and pick it up. They come and pick up your laundry
service.
Yes. Yeah. So I put it out in bags and she comes and picks it up. Anyhow, she texts me and she says, your laundry's not outside today. And by the way, it was all the stuff. I just went on a little girls trip and it was all of that shit, all of like the stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And all my kids' uniforms.
That also means that's her good shit.
I know.
Because that's not it's not the same workout pants you wear, Monday through Friday to go through the carpool line. Right. Okay. Right. So your good shit is on your porch.
That's right. And she says it's not there. And I'm thinking, you got to be fooling me. Like, nobody is going to steal dirty laundry from my front door. That would be real weird.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but stranger things.
Top dollar on eBay.
Probably have happened.
Maybe.
So then I remember that my husband kind of told me that the Salvation Army was coming today also.
Shut up.
Yes. So guess where my laundry is at? It's at the Salvation Army.
Can you get it back from them?
Well, I mean, I was flipping the F out, dude. I know it's just clothes and it's nothing like it's dumb, but I mean, it gave me a stomach ache. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah. So by the way, that's why I pushed you because I had to figure out I had to figure out where all of my shit was, my kids' uniforms, like all of it, Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, my husband is going dumpster diving basically tomorrow morning to find all of our clothes.
Tabby.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of making up to do with your husband.
Oh, he is like, you are not getting your laundry done ever again. Like, it's not my fault that you didn't specify where the Salvation Army should pick up the stuff.
I know, as I recall, I've donated to had the Salvation Army pick up for me, and you tie like a
Yes, you're
red
supposed to
tag
write.
around that.
You're supposed to write down like
Yeah.
Salvation Army so they know, because of, I'm sure, this problem. Or not this problem, but similar problems.
Shit.
Yeah, so that's that.
I suppose you also, if you don't get your stuff back, could itemize it and list it as a charitable donation tax write-off, and some lucky lady will be in your Gucci slides or whatever you had in there. I don't know.
Nothing that
So
fancy.
it could be,
but
it could not be a total disaster. It could be a you know,
a tax write-off, sure.
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Could definitely be that. I wanted to tell you one other thing. Sorry for taking over this thing, but I thought this was really funny. I went on a girls' trip, and these really cute little French waiters were, in their early 20s, and they were just cute as buttons. And since nobody was there where we went on our girls' trip, they were real happy to have some patrons. And so they just kept feeding us shots and shots of tequila. And then after, they were like hitting on us. Like, they came down to the beach, and they were like, one of them's like, oh, you girls are so cute. And I was like, oh, thanks. That's so nice of you.
Wait, were these females or males?
Males. They have like hot
Okay.
male waiters, 23 years old.
Yeah.
And then one of them says to me, I really love old women. I'm like, are you referring
That's hot.
to?
That's such a turn on.
I'm like, are you referring to me as the old woman? I was like, okay, goodbye. Not that I was going to do anything anyways, but I was like, okay, I don't need any more of your shots.
Yeah.
Or your food. Or your one-liners. Thank you, goodbye.
Thank you, goodbye.
Thank you, goodbye.
Okay.
Anything
Are you
with
ready
you?
for some crime?
Oh.
No, nothing with me. I have nothing. I have absolutely fucking nothing.
Except your eyelashes
cut
look
that part out.
On point.
Okay. Yeah, if you're watching this via YouTube, I'm experimenting with eyelashes. And so I tried some new, more dramatic ones today.
But I love them. I think you should.
Yeah,
I think you should rock them.
But they're good, but they're not like good daytime lashes. I mean, if I went out like this, people would say I was a horror.
I don't think so.
These are evening lashes.
Oh, mine are the my still or my natural Thrive lashes.
So good.
Okay, yeah, let's do this crime business.
Okay. Today's case was brought to us by listener Akeem Sutherland. Thanks, Akeem.
Hakeem, thank you.
I don't think it's a Hakeem.
Oh, Akeem. I don't know.
Just
How
Akeem.
do you spell
There's
it?
no H. Akeem.
Akeem. Okay,
Yeah.
pretty name.
Yeah. Well, it's a dude.
Oh, well, pretty handsome name. Okay.
There you go.
Akeem.
Okay. Sorry, Akeem. Okay.
It could be a girl or a boy name.
It could, but it's not.
Okay.
Okay. This case takes place in a small town, Mount Washington, Kentucky. I don't think that we've been to Kentucky before.
Well, I've been to the Kentucky Derby.
Well, yeah, but I mean, crime speaking.
No, but my friend that lives here, that listens to our podcast, she is from Kentucky, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, hey, friend. Yeah, I would like to travel to all of the states of the United States of America and some foreign countries too. So
look with that. That foreign country thing is not that easy right now.
No, I just mean crime speaking, Tab.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I don't think we've been to Kentucky yet.
Yeah, like I feel like I need some like Wyoming crime. I need some
I
rando
just did
states,
that.
right? Okay, well, maybe we are traveling the globe.
Okay.
I'm just not keeping track enough. I don't think we've been to Rhode Island,
So many.
Delaware. I don't know. Whatever. Anywho,
Okay.
Mount Washington, Kentucky is where we're at today.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Population around 9,000.
Wow. Small.
You can buy a decent home there for under 200,000, and for 400 you can get yourself one of those new construction farm style open floor plan homes that are all the rage, Tab.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I'm moving
Okay.
myself to Kentucky.
That's right. Okay. So if you are visiting Mount Washington, there are a couple of dining options like Little Caesars, Pizza
Okay.
Pizza,
Uh-huh.
Taco Bell, and McDonald's, which is where it all went down in 2004.
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Got
That's
it.
right. Okay. Louise Ogborn was 18 years old and working a double shift on this particular Friday. Louise was always picking up extra shifts when she could because she was working at the McDonald's to help her family out since her mama lost her job about 4 months ago.
That's a nice daughter.
Louise, yeah, very nice daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's a very nice girl. Louise looks and seems like a real good kid, as in like honest, wholesome kind of vibe. Like Louise was probably going to like youth group and was on the student council while you and me were smoking pot in the parking lot and skipping classes. Okay.
Okay.
Tab's like, speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself, woman.
I promise she's a better kid than you and I even aspired to be.
Okay.
Okay.
I see what you're saying.
So you see what I'm saying. So when she began her second shift at the McDonald's, you can imagine her and her coworkers' shock when her manager, Donna, took her off the floor because she told her one Officer Scott was on the phone and Donna had been instructed to keep an eye on Louise until he could get there because Louise was involved in a theft. The officer told Donna what happened was a customer at McDonald's earlier in the afternoon had reported that while she was there, a girl working who met Louise's description had reached into her purse while she had it placed on the counter and had taken money out of it. Well, Donna took her job as the manager of the McDonald's very seriously. She's a rule follower.
So she
respects
called the police?
The police called her, Tab. That's what I'm telling
okay.
you. This is what the police is telling Donna happened.
Okay.
Okay. But Donna is following the rules of this officer. She respects authority.
Got it.
Okay. She is, I would say, more like me than you.
Donna.
Yes.
Nowadays, not when Gretchen was in high school.
I think I respect authority more. Yeah, if we were in high school and I would have gotten busted, I would have like crumbled, but you would have
I would have got away with it.
You would have talked your way out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
Donna would have crumbled too. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay.
You and Donna.
Yeah, me and Donna. Yeah. Well, for just this part, let's say.
Okay.
Okay. By the way, I Googled McDonald's manager's salary.
Oh, I want to know.
Okay, they make around $50,000 a year and up, which that just seems like all right to me for being, like a manager. But, I Googled the In-N-Out managers because I know that they make a lot of money. Guess how much they make?
How much?
$160,000
Holy
a year.
shit.
So that's like what gives Mickey D's. Like, I feel like it's harder to manage a
McDonald's
than an In-N-Out.
100%, because In-N-Out only has like three items.
Right?
You got shakes, fries, and burgers. That's it.
Okay. So, just fun fact.
Okay.
So, Miss Donna receives this phone call from this Officer Scott, who informed her that he had spoken to Donna's regional manager, who had said that he had informed him that the officer could count on Donna to assist him because what sounds like a simple theft case was actually a little more precarious. Well, Donna was on board to cooperate with the officer of the law 100%. So she did what she was told and pulled Louise from the floor to the back room, which fortunately had a surveillance camera. So just so you know, everything I am about to tell you really happened. It's all on tape. So Louise is in the back room. The officer is on the phone with Donna, and he asks her to search Louise for the stolen money. Empty her pockets, look in her purse.
Mm-hmm.
Donna did and did not find any cash. The officer said, "Yeah, I was afraid this was going to happen." He told Donna, "This is what experienced thieves like Louise do. They hide money very well." She was going to need to have Louise remove her uniform.
Whoa.
So,
And how old is
whoa,
Louise again?
18,
Yeah, young.
young, young, yeah, and a Kentucky 18. So I would say like a little more sheltered 18.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Okay. So Donna followed the instructions she was given by the officer and asked Louise to remove her clothes. And Louise did. Louise did at this point start arguing that this was crazy, that she's never stolen anything in her whole life. But like Donna was not having it. She was determined to cooperate with this officer who continued to give her praise for doing so. He was like, "Thank God I have you, Donna. I really appreciate this." And Donna's just eating it up. Well, timid and young Louise questioned why she should have to take her clothes off when she had already been searched and is adamant that she never stole any money. But Louise also says her parents taught her to listen to adults, and she did.
Mm-hmm.
And so she took her uniform off and stood before Donna in the back room of the McDonald's. Now, before Donna did this, she maybe had a tinge of hesitation because she did question, for once, the police officer on the phone about why she should have to be the one to strip search Louise.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he told her, "Here's the thing, Donna. Louise's brother is also involved in some serious trouble, and we are searching their house right now. And so I can't get there to deal with Louise, but I need you, Donna. I really need you to not let her out of your sight. And actually, I need you to do more for me. I think she might have put the money in her bra or panties. So I am going to need you to have her take those off." And so she
Oh
instructs
my
Louise
God.
to, and Louise does. After this, she gives Louise an apron to cover up her bits and pieces, but she does not give Louise back her clothes. After the search, she had her take them off and put them in a bag because Officer Scott instructed Donna to bag up all of Louise's belongings and put them in her car in the employee parking lot, where she was to leave the stuff unlocked so that police could come by and get it to test for forensics.
My God, this sounds so bananas. Are you
It,
like, it was $10 out of a, like, and by the
yeah.
way, nobody's
Oh,
just going to
we're
reach into your bag in front of the
okay.
McDonald's. Like, are we not thinking, Donna? Like,
Oh, Tab, we are just getting started. Okay. So Donna is in a pickle because she needs to go to her car, to follow the instructions, but she can't leave Louise alone. So Officer Scott asks her to appoint a trusted employee to supervise Louise's detention. So Donna asks one of the cooks, a young man named Jason Bradley, to watch over his almost naked coworker. So Jason gets on the phone with the officer. Officer Scott told Jason that he was going to need him to have Louise remove the apron she was wearing and describe what he saw. Jason was out and he refused the officer on the phone, stating there's no way he was going to do that because Louise was his friend and he didn't want to be a part of this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's Friday and it's getting busy at the home of the McRib, and they really need all hands on deck. And Donna expresses this to the officer on the phone. He is sympathetic to her situation, and given that he did not care for that employee, Jason Bradley, who did not cooperate with him, he asked her if she happened to be married. She said, "No, I'm not married, but I am booed up in the way of a fiance, officer." Okay. So Officer Scott says, "Perfect, get that guy down here." So Donna calls up her fiance, a gentleman named Walter Nix, who goes by the name Wes. And he was happy to hightail it down to the Golden Arches and help Donna and the officer out. Wes was much more cooperative than Jason was. Officer Scott instructed Wes to have Louise do jumping jacks to dislodge the cash from whatever nook and cranny she had it hidden in, because it had to be there. Okay.
I cannot even
Naked jumping jacks in front
believe
of the
this is happening.
manager's fiance. Okay. All on tape. So Louise did, but no cash was dislodged. So then Wes was instructed to insert his fingers
Oh,
inside her and look further. The officer telling him, "This is standard law practice. I can count on you, right, Wes?" And so he did it. Okay. Uh, Side note,
I'm
Wes,
like, I can't
I know.
even.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So Wes was an exterminator. So I can't help but think, in addition to violating this girl, I'm thinking, I hope he washed his hands after he got off work before he put him in this poor girl's hoo-ha. Okay.
Hmm.
So it's crazy, and it's about to get crazier. Imagine this poor girl is hostage, and the officer is also periodically talking to her on the phone, telling her that she cooperates or she's going to jail, because he has proof that this woman who is accusing her is telling the truth. Louise says she cooperated because she was scared for her life. So
You're
then,
like, Louise,
oh my
ask for an
God.
attorney and move on your way.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're
I'm
gonna talk about all the lessons learned at the end of
okay.
this for
Okay.
sure. Okay. So then the officer asks her to kiss Wes.
What? This is bananas.
So Louise refused.
Oh my God.
And
Thank God. Please.
okay, well, when she did, the officer instructed Louise to bend over Wes's lap and get spanked. He spanked her continuously for 10 minutes, leaving welts on her. I mean,
Who is up to this?
okay.
Somebody's watching on that camera.
After being in the room with her for the next 2 hours, Officer Scott instructed Louise to perform oral sex on Wes. And she did. Now, during these 2 hours when Wes was supervising Louise, Donna periodically came in to check on things, but somehow she missed all the assaulting that was taking place. We can see everything happen from the security footage, but there's no audio. Okay,
Okay.
so you can just,
You're
you
going to
know,
see what's going on.
you can just see what's going on. So when Donna comes in, you can see Louise wrapped in the apron, like lean into Donna's shoulder. Like she said she was begging Donna, please let her go. And you can see she is obviously distraught. She says she was saying, please make this all stop. And Donna's body language in the video is like very like push her away, like I'm not having any of it, you know. Donna was just completely dismissive of this distressed young girl and, you know, just focused on doing what she was told. So the next thing that happens is Wes starts to feel some kind of way after the blowjob he just forced Louise to give him. And so he tells Officer Scott, I can't do this anymore. I've got to get out of here. And the officer agrees to let Wes go, but he has to find someone to take his place. So Wes tells Donna he can't stay any longer. And there happens to be an employee in the restaurant that was just there to have, you know, dessert. Okay. He's just eating in the lobby. And so Donna told him about the situation with Louise and asked him to take over. So Wes leaves, but before he did, he called up a friend and said, can I come over? I did something terrible. But he failed to tell Donna what had happened, you know, before he left. So, spoiler alert, Donna and Wes broke up. So, this other employee who had just stopped by for a McFlurry or something goes in the back and sees Louise, who had now been detained naked and assaulted for 3.5 hours, and gets on the phone with this officer. And the officer starts to tell him to take off the apron covering Louise, and he tells him, go to hell. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And simultaneously, Donna went into her office and decided to call the regional manager that the officer had originally told her was already cooperating with him. Remember that guy the officer said had assured
Yeah.
him that, you know, Donna would cooperate as well? Okay, well, Donna reached this guy, and obviously he told Donna, nope, that did not happen. And also he said something along the lines of, what the fuck are you talking about, Donna, that you have been instructed to detain an employee naked for 3.5 hours? And
Like, Donna,
so,
wake the fuck up, you stupid idiot.
yeah. So he raced right on down to the Mount Washington McDonald's and called the police, who arrived moments later because the police station is only a half mile away. Fortunately, one of the employees had the wherewithal to star 69. Remember that?
Yeah.
The caller, you could, I mean, back when people before we were all using cell phones all the time, you could star 69 a number that called you and it would call the number back.
Yeah, you might still be able to do that. Who knows?
Maybe you can. Okay. Anyways, so one of the employees did that, which was good because that gave the authorities the number the caller was calling from. And so the investigation into who was the mystery caller that had been impersonating a police officer began. Now, I thought impersonating a police officer was a bigger deal, but you know, in California, it's only a misdemeanor, which carries
What?
yeah, it carries a sentence up to a year and like a $2,000 fine, like a max sentence. That seems light to me.
It does seem light.
I mean, clearly you can do a whole lot of damage impersonating a police officer.
100% you can. Like, you know, knock on your door and then take off all his clothes. You know, when they
Or
like,
like
You know, those,
Oh,
no, I'm
yeah.
saying, you know, like those strippers that dress up as police officers and then they start taking off
Mm.
their clothes.
I was thinking more along the lines of the people that buy like a police siren and pull you over on the side of the
Oh,
highway and then rape your ass.
do you know what? Do you ever wonder, you see those people that drive like old police cars or they have like
Yes.
white cars with the big lights, like
Yeah.
spotlights, and then you're like, what gives? Like, what kind of person does that?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Never met one, thankfully, because I don't think I'd be friends with them.
Okay.
Just saying. If you
Just
guys
saying.
drive a police car
Maybe.
or a police looking car
Then
and you're not a
splain
police
yourself.
officer, tell me why you do it.
Yeah. Okay. So the first thought investigators had was that this has got to be someone close by watching. That's what you thought, Tab,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But when they tracked the number the phone call was made from, they tracked it to a payphone in a grocery store in Panama City, Florida.
What?
I know. We can't get away from Florida.
Florida
Anyways, the call,
again.
even when it's about Kentucky. And the call was made using a calling card. So they wanted to obtain surveillance video from like phone card retailers in the area. The major one was Walmart. So they started there and they asked for assistance from the Panama City Police Department. And you know what they told them? They said, uh, we've actually been down this road before for a hoax phone call that caused a lot of stress to some folks in Massachusetts. But unfortunately, when that happened, the video was only able to produce a low quality image of the customer and not any real identifying information. Just some guy walks in, pays cash.
Mhm.
But they were willing to try again and look at more footage. So this time they were able to look at the time-stamped footage of the man purchasing the phone card, and they could tell this was the same guy from the footage that they had reviewed for the Massachusetts hoax. But this time they could see the man was wearing a uniform for CCA, which is a correctional officer company that services the local prison. So they took the image on down to the local clink,
Mhm.
and his employer was able to identify him as David Stewart, prison guard, married, father of 5. Boom.
Creep
He's a
as
prison guard.
F.
Creep. Okay, so they arrested him and extradited him to Kentucky.
Do you
When
imagine if
he,
you're like your husband
dude,
gets arrested
oh
for
my
this? You're
God,
like, what did
for
you
this
do, you
shit?
idiot? And by the way, he's not even watching it. He's just getting off by listening to this.
I mean, and I kind of feel sorry for the prisoners because if this is what he's like harassing people over the phone, what's he doing in person?
I
Like
don't know. Weird. And how does he know about Louisa? Oh, he didn't know her name. He
he
just gave the
he
description.
didn't. Donna just fell for it, hook, line, and sinker.
Donna's just an idiot.
Yeah. Okay.
Not like you, Gretchen. You're not a Donna.
I told we parted ways after the rule following. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So when this David Stewart was questioned, he said he had never purchased a phone card before, but when they searched his house, they found one. And they found that it had been used to call 9 different fast food restaurants, one of which was in Idaho and had reported a hoax phone call to the police. When they searched his house, they also found loads of like police magazines and police job applications. And so the theory is,
He wanted to be a
David
police
Stewart
officer.
really, yeah, he really wanted to be a policeman. Scary. So when this bizarre story broke, it came out that similar instances had been happening all over the country for over 10 years. There were 70 cases of similar hoaxes with Officer Scott, and they ranged in levels of disturbing. There was one in Georgia where the caller was able to get the 55-year-old janitor do a cavity search on a 19-year-old cashier at a McDonald's. There was one at a Taco Bell in Phoenix where the caller managed to get the manager to pick out a customer in the dining room and strip search them. I mean, like
Oh,
bananas. I mean, yeah,
yeah.
this for 10 years this went on. Okay. So David Stewart goes to trial, and it seems like it's going to be pretty open and shut, right? Well, I think that's what most people thought, but the jury didn't. He was
No
acquitted.
way. No way.
Yeah. Yeah. They were not convinced by the blurry video images, and they didn't convict him based on no one actually seeing him make the phone calls. Crazy,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
But pretty sure they got it wrong because ever since he was arrested, the calls that went on for 10 years have all
Stopped.
stopped.
Oh,
Yeah.
coinky dink.
Coinky dink. Okay. So poor Louise had to relive her assault as she testified against him, only for his smug ass to walk out of court a free man. Balls.
So where is he right now?
I, dude, he changed his name and moved off the planet, and so did the rest of his family, which,
Oh.
okay. So David Stewart, he got off. He's doing something else. But guess who did not get off?
Donna. Oh no,
Wes.
the Wes.
Wes. Wes actually pled guilty to sexual assault and false imprisonment in exchange for his testimony against
Against
David
Donna.
Stewart.
Oh, Dana's David Stewart. But like,
David Stewart, the
oh,
caller. So
wow.
he was given a 5-year sentence, which he served 3 years in
Wow.
prison for
And this
this.
David Stewart
I
got
mean, he did sexually
nothing.
assault her and falsely, and David Stewart
Yeah.
got nothing.
And what about Donna? Come on. Donna's the
Okay.
start of this whole
Okay.
thing.
Okay. So Donna was fired from McDonald's,
Now she's working
and
at In and Out.
yeah, I don't think, I
That's
think
good.
Donna doesn't need to work anymore. So Donna was fired from McDonald's and also charged with false imprisonment, to which she pled guilty to in exchange for a year of probation. So,
Okay.
okay. Both Donna and Louise gave interviews to ABC News. I'm going to play you a little of Donna's when they ask her about why she thought it would be acceptable to have her fiance come and sit with a naked girl in the back room.
He asked me, he said, "Are you married?" And I said, "Well, I'm engaged." And he asked me, he said, "Do you trust him?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Could he come up there and just sit?"
Now, at that point, you must have thought, this isn't right. No police officer would ask a stranger to come and watch her.
I honestly thought he was a police officer and what I was doing was the right thing. I thought I was doing what I was supposed to be doing.
It seems like she doesn't even feel sorry for what she put this poor girl through and her role in it. She's just like, I just followed instructions, you know?
Yeah.
So even when they asked her about Louise saying she begged her every time she came in the room to make Donna make this stop, Donna says, it wasn't that bad. Well, yeah, it was, Donna.
Donna,
I mean,
it
she
wasn't
was
you.
sexually assaulted. It was bad. She was assaulted and humiliated. How bad how bad does it have to be? I mean, it was bad, Donna.
Donna.
Yeah, physically assaulted her too. Oh, so
Donna's
you're gonna
missing
love
a
this.
screw.
Okay, so Donna ended up suing McDonald's for not providing her with enough information regarding hoax phone calls in her management training and subsequently causing emotional distress.
Oh, Please, Donna.
Donna won, Tab.
How much did Donna win?
Guess.
Well, you said she doesn't have to work anymore, so I would say 2.5 million.
Well, she lives in Kentucky, so she only needs 1.5 million.
Hmm.
1.5.
Wow. For being a stupid idiot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
in the 3.5 hours or whatever, she could have made one phone call to the police to say, hey, just want to make sure
Verify
that I'm on the phone with a police officer telling me to do some wonky ass shit.
Yeah.
That any normal human would be like, this seems a little strange. Like, maybe I don't need my employee to be giving my fiance a blowjob. And Wes too.
Yeah.
Idiot. I mean, they should have got married because they are both idiots.
Perfect for each other.
And not ever made babies.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Donna was older. I mean, I would say she's like late 30s is being kind. She's probably in her 40s.
Like me,
like us.
like an old woman.
Yeah. So I think she was past the baby making stage. But yeah.
Thank heavens.
Yeah. So yes, I had the same reaction as you when I learned Donna received 1.5
Please tell me
million.
that Louisa got like 5 million at least.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
So Louise sued McDonald's for 200 million and won, but was actually only awarded $6.5 million.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
She deserves every ounce of that amount of money.
Yes, I agree. She left the courtroom and was all smiles with her $6.5 million.
Yeah. She's like,
okay.
I'll give a blowjob any day for
no
that
one thinks
much money.
they're really going to. Oh my God.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, I know.
Don't
just
hate me
kidding. Just
forever.
kidding. Okay. Don't do that. But I mean, no one thinks they're really going to win $200 million when they sue for that much money.
No.
Right?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So Louise is all grown up now and married with children of her own. And I mean, she appears to be lovely and living her best life on social media.
Good.
So,
is she in Kentucky
2004? So it's been a minute.
Uh-huh.
She is in Kentucky, but not Mount Washington.
Yeah, she
somewhere
moved her
else.
ass right out of there with her 6.5. She's like, I don't need this $400,000
she got herself
house.
a
I
husband.
can have
she's doing fine.
Yeah.
Oh, she's doing fine. Yeah. So I wish her the best. I think she deserves every single dollar. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And lesson learned. Dude, talk to your kids.
About not doing weird
things
like that.
I am like between like if anyone is holding you to question you, I don't care if they're 18 or not, okay? You call me. You call me.
Right.
Or your dad, or you need a lawyer and your mommy always. You don't talk to anybody. Yeah. That is like, and I feel so bad for her with this whole, like, I listen to adults because I kind of, tell my kids that too. Like, don't talk back unless they're a creep. Talk back.
Yeah.
Never stop talking. It's a fine line though. It's hard.
Yes, it is hard because it is hard.
You don't want them to be assholes.
Yes. And when their brains are immature, they kind of, they don't know the right from wrong. I mean, but at 18, she knew that she was being put in a position that was not right, but she didn't know how to break free from it. She didn't know how to stand her own ground. I can kind of see her being a real meek person, which, the caller, he just got lucky, right? Because his description was just somebody that
vague. Yeah, it was very vague. It was like a young girl, brown hair.
I mean, he probably knew to ask for a young girl, right? He's like, yeah, if I ask for a young girl, I might as well I'm going to get somebody that's that will listen to authority and not question it. I, on the other hand, think I would have been like, no way. No way am I
Yeah, I'm
going to
not
do this.
doing
But I
anything
mean,
until an officer
but
comes down here. That's
but you
right.
never know. Like who
But they
knows?
don't get it's a small town. They don't get a lot of action there. So
Yeah.
they think, whatever. Okay. Also, I wanted to mention that they made a movie about this. It's called
Oh.
Compliance.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Amazon Prime if anyone is interested. I thought it depicted the actual events in the back room pretty accurately, and it helped seeing someone act it out.
Yeah.
Like seeing someone be portrayed as the caller and being like, I need you on my side, Donna. You could do this. And seeing how someone like that could, fall for it. What I did not like about the movie was that they portrayed Louise as kind of a floozy, which could not be further from the truth. I mean, I think they just wanted to make like a hot movie, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like if there's a
Mm.
young girl forced to be giving a blowjob, they want her to be like a little Barbie doll, which, I mean, that's Holly weird for you.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they make it seem like Donna was jealous of her, which, I mean, I don't think that was really the case either.
No. I think Donna
No.
was just a dummy.
Yeah, Donna. Yeah. Yep.
Hopefully Donna learned her lesson too. Their $1.5
Well,
million.
yeah, she learned it pays to be stupid. I wish I did something stupid enough to get $1.5 million.
Hey, dude. Like, how on earth?
She lost her job and she has a misdemeanor on her record.
Big whoop. Like, you
Yeah.
lost your job. Lots of people lose their jobs. I lost my job. I think the lady name was Donna.
You're fired.
I got fired. Did you know that?
You got fired in real life?
In
No,
real
where did you
life,
get
I got
fired from?
fired. Yeah. So I worked
my
at this
God.
clothing store called, it was at the Camarillo Outlet Mall.
Oh, I worked at the same one after you.
No, Barney's? Not
Yeah,
Barney's.
Barney's.
Yeah, no. I didn't get fired from Barney's. I got fired from this like surf shop that was there. And I had this manager. She was 30 and I was 16 or 17, something like that. And I was probably 17, 18. She was real jealous of me because all the security guards liked me because I was like 18 and hot. And she was 30 with a baby and then pregnant with like her second or something. And I thought 30 was real old at that point, but now I think 30 is real young.
Totally.
And one of the security guards.
I looked like this when I was 30.
I know. I had some like real big cheeks. I had like lots more collagen in the face.
Yeah.
And one of the security guards came by and I was like, oh, do you have some money that I could go buy a Auntie's and pretzel? Remember that place in the mall?
Sounds so good.
And he gave it to me and she found out that he gave me money to buy Auntie Anne's pretzel. And she said that was against the rules and she fired me for it.
Fired your ass.
But really, she was just jealous that I was getting all the action from the security guards when she really wanted it because I think she ended up having an affair with one of them or something crazy like that.
Oh my God. I never would have had the balls to ask someone for money.
Oh, yeah. Usually I would just get it for free from like the people working there.
Yeah.
I was real good at that too.
In fact, usually I had the kind of boyfriends that took all my money.
Yeah, you did. I was opposite. Like I would just get shit for free.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's my point all the time.
I've
learned so much from you over the years.
Like when you ask for something, you get it. It's not that hard.
Sometimes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I'm obviously like, when you get older, it doesn't happen as much or frequent because you're not.
No, it doesn't.
No,
it doesn't. You get told you're old. They like older women.
Although I got free shots. So yeah,
Oh.
because I'm like, do you guys not see the rings on our finger? They didn't
Were
care.
you not worried? I mean, have you not been listening to enough true crime? Were you not worried that these free shots were like laced with one of those date rape
No,
drugs?
no, because it was like the waiters at the place. Like they just wanted extra tip. And I think they liked that we were fun. And I told you the place that we went, there's not a lot of people.
Dude, I
So
just cannot. I don't care how many people show up to this Dallas location that you can message us about. I cannot wait to have me some fun.
I know Gretchen needs a little fun in her life, and I can't wait either. And I'm going to buy you a couple shots.
Oh my God. And listen, Southwest canceled my flight, you guys. Whatever, Southwest. Okay.
Well, you
So
got
I had to
another
rebook
flight.
my flight. I got another. Okay. So I got another flight, but I was so excited that I didn't have to use up very many miles to go the first time. Okay. Whatever. And I was like,
Oh,
ugh,
did they up your miles?
fuck yeah, they did.
Oh
Like
my God, that's
18,000.
why. But by the way, that's why they canceled that flight. You guys, okay. So when Gretchen first booked it, I looked at how much it was just to pay for it, not on miles. It was $87 round trip, Gretch.
Yeah. It was
So
like, it was such a good deal. I was like, oh, I'm
such
so
a good
excited.
deal. And then
Dude.
LA opened or like California was like, oh, we're going to be open now. And the plane flights skyrocketed in cost. And that's why they did that. They were like, we can cancel the flight and then, make some
Okay. So
extra
I was,
moolah.
listen, making lemons out of lemonade, though. I'm getting 2 trips in one because then I discovered my new flight has a 2-hour layover in Las Vegas. And right when you get off the plane in Las Vegas, they have slot machines.
Yes,
And
they
all I've
do.
been wanting to do since this pandemic started was sit my ass in front of a
Wheel
slot
of Fortune.
machine.
I hope they have Wheel of Fortune
That,
for you.
oh, I will find it. I cannot. I'm like almost as excited to go to the airport in Vegas as I am to
You
partay
better
in
get
Dallas.
you better get a little drink. Actually, you come in on Thursday, so we have some sporting events we got to go to, me and you.
I'm either going to be in a real good mood or a real bad mood.
Don't spend all your money. Don't spend all your
I'm going to
money.
give myself a budget. Don't tell my husband.
You're going to
He'll
get
get
yourself a
screwed.
what? A what?
I'm going to give myself a budget.
Oh,
A budget.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. Well, I'll buy you the shots at the meetup. So you can spend a
Oh.
little bit extra there.
Oh, okay. I'll
Okay.
factor that in.
Good. All right, you guys. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, on YouTube, what is it? HWTC.
That's
YouTube
correct.
is like HWTC because I couldn't use this, our name for some reason.
Oh, if anybody needs to eat a dick this week, it's Southwest for the whole flight thing. Just
Okay.
so.
Okay.
There you go. Eat a banana, Chrissy.
Eat a banana.
Kara,
We have a
Kara,
Chrissy.
Southwest.
Chrissy is coming to our meetup, and she's a good Chrissy. So I'm looking forward to seeing her there. Also, our friend Sarah Bench is going to come. She was not going to come.
I can't wait to meet you, Sarah. I'm so excited. I just got a message from Kelly Peterson that maybe her and her friend are going to come.
Is that the one
So
from
it's like a party
Oklahoma?
of 6. Yes. Did you message her too?
No, I didn't message her back. So thank you for doing that. If you guys want to support us more, please give us a review on Apple or shout us out to your friends on Instagram or Facebook. We really appreciate it. And I will do shout outs soon, you guys, but I've been real overwhelmed with shit going on over here, like my clothes being sent to Salvation Army.
It's a rough life for Ty.